Hello and welcome to today's Friday Foundations. Today we're going to be going through the foot positions that we use in many of our classes. So foot positioning is really important in that it is your feet that are your foundation for the rest of your alignment. So if your feet are positioned sort of off center or with the weight rolling in or rolling out, that can affect the alignment of the rest of the joints and muscles in the body. So getting that foot positioning correct is going to help the rest of your alignment. How we place our feet also changes the muscles that are working through the lower body. So for instance, we have parallel. That means all 10 toes pointing forward, feeling the base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, and the center of the heel. Now, think about lifting those arches a little bit off of the mat so a ladybug could crawl through under the arches of your feet. Toes are lengthened out. So let's go ahead and lift those toes and then lengthen them down on the mat. Good. Lift and lengthen. And lift and lengthen. So this is our parallel position. When we do squats in our parallel position, we are using our quads, our glutes, our hamstrings. Good. And coming back up. We can also do pliés in parallel. Good. Heels together, toes apart. This is our first position, or the Pilates V, as it's also known. You still want to be able to feel the pinky toe, the big toe, and the center of the heel. Again, letting those ladybugs crawl under the arches of your feet. We are not going for a full prima ballerina turnout to the sides of the room here. This turnout comes from our hip sockets. Everybody's hip sockets are different and unique to you. So only do the rotation from the hip that is right for you. So this is not about turning the feet out. This is about externally rotating from the hip. We're thinking of spiraling those thigh bones, wrapping them towards the back. So this uses our rotator muscles, which are on the outside of the hip. So when we plie, we're using those inner thighs to zip up, and we're using the outer hip and glute muscles. This also works the calf muscles a little differently as well, in a different position. Because the muscle fibers in the body don't run in straight lines. They run in diagonals and spirals and around, and they cross over each other. They never just run in straight lines. So we want to work the muscles in all different angles. So this is our first position. Stepping out wide into our second position. Again, same thing, feeling the base of the pinky toe, base of the big toe, center of the heel, and lifting those arches. Wiggle the toes. Knees and second toe should be in alignment here. And again, we talked about range of motion last week. Range of motion is going to be different for everybody. And everybody's hip rotation is going to be slightly different here. So if you find that with this rotation in this position, your hips are feeling a little grindy or cranky, turn your toes slightly more forward and bend and extend, making sure that the knees and toes are still looking in the same direction. Some also feel a little better hinging forward slightly, not a lot, at the hip crease. So that is another option for your second position. Closing the heels. Good. Heels together, toes apart. We're still in external rotation here. When we bring one foot slightly forward, we call this a staggered stance or a fourth position. And we can bend and extend. The challenge here is to find our balance and also to keep the hips level, Knees in alignment with the toes. Good, so that is our fourth position. So these positions of the feet are based on ballet. We don't use all of the ballet foot positions because it's just not what we're aiming towards. So we have our parallel, our first position, our second position, and our fourth position or staggered stance. So remember, the rotation is individual and unique to your body. Do what feels right for your body, and I hope this helps figure out your foot positioning for our next class. Bye-bye.